with my intro first. So, okay, this is okay. So, my name is Saritha Shukla, and I belong from Delhi, the capital, obviously. And I used to work in the organization called Sweco. It's a European company, and I'm having like experience of 3 years in RPA. And today I'm presenting one end-to-end automation of a project that is named as project creation in Autodex while using the Uipath application, and that is the tool. Okay, so let me share my screen first. If there is anything you guys want to put it, so you can put it in the chat. So I got to know. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Just give me a sec. Yeah, so this is the name of the project that I'm choosing for today. So it's a project creation in Autodex. It's a website where we used to create the projects. I'm just using the UiPath here. And let me just give you a brief about the process, like how we are doing it manually. So here the creation of projects, it's done in Autodex website, and here we are. The purpose of this process is to streamline the projects with all the correct information in timely manner. Like business, they want to implement this automation in their company because there is lot of projects, and when they are doing it manually, it is like taking lot much of time. But with automation, we are just minimizing the time and minimizing the error also. And here you can see like we can reduce the risk of human error, like while creating the projects. Like we are being human, so we can't be able to like put all the necessary information out there, so we can create the errors. But when we are automating through robot, then they will do all the thing in a very efficient manner, and it could be very time constant also. And for example, the projects that we are creating, we are filling the information that is mainly like project name, descriptions, start date, currency, whatever the relevant information out there. And just going to the next slide. Okay, so here I have pointed few steps. So like here, I'm just giving you a brief like how we are gathering the information like in automating any kind of automation projects. We have to keep in mind a certain parameters that could be like data gathering, data manipulation, and whatever the integration that we are doing. Like we are using the outside interfaces, websites, and then we are integrating it to the UI path, and then there should be UI, and then we are monitoring it overall. So here we are using the external thing, that is the Autodex website, and then we are here using the Outlook manipulation also, and here we are using the Excel manipulation as well to get the input file information, and then we are extracting it all the information from that Excel file, and then we are using the UI automation to fill all the information step by step. So this is I have created the steps like in the form of RE framework that I will show you if we have time today. So I will show the integration, but I will start with the step of the launching. That would be great. So I think let me just start. Sorry, is someone saying something? Okay. I will get back to the Uipath Studio. If someone want to do the hands-on with the same time, like parallelly, they can do it for the steps like extracting it from the Outlook and reading the datas because the Autodex website, it's I think not being accessible by everybody. So I will start with first how we are downloading the files from the Outlook, because whatever data we need, we have to take it from the Excel file. uh, I'm just taking like one sequence at a time, so it would be easy for everybody to get like how we are doing it step by step. Yeah, we can just limit downloading files.
What?
And okay, we have created. And so but like taking all the files from Outlook, we have to first get the activities. Uipath have like several activities, but here we go for okay, here we can go for the get Outlook mail messages. And before like any sequence that we are starting, so it could be a good practice that we can name all the steps, so when we are debugging it, we get to know like what step we are in, and anybody who is like reviewing which step, what you are trying to achieve there. So let me just put here uh, like this. And then moving forward, we have this activity. So in this activity, we have like majorly these are the properties where we have to mention like from which folder we are taking that particular mail. And then we have like filter by message. Here we can put some variables to filter it out. Then we have like only read unread messages also. If we check box this, then we can only this activity only read the unread mails. And then we have order by date, like if for example let's say we have like 100 or 200 mails, so it will always take the newest first. And here we have like top 30, so it's a default one that is put by the Uipath, but we can like customize it according to our need. So let me just keep 5 mails. I'm just assuming that we have 5, and this is the output that we get as a mail messages in the list format, list data types. So for example, I have the mail folder, but I have changed this mail folder some another name. Let me show you what's the name folder I have kept. I have kept as a test file. So I will just quickly take this name. Would be test file. Type it manually. So this is the folder name, and I've already kept like 5. We just create one variable that could be in form of list mail messages. So example, let me keep like Outlook mail. While creating the variables, you can keep some points in mind, like if you're creating, then it could be a sensible name that anybody could get to know like what we are like getting as an output. So we are getting the output as a list mail. So and then after this after this I'm going to put one assign activity to just get to know like how much mail, like how many numbers of mail we have in this particular folder. Like for example, I have kept 1, so as output I will get 1, but you can see that. So that is Outlook mail. We just So we'll use this count at function to get to know like how many mail present in that particular folder, and then just create one variable as well. Okay, and then I will log it. So we get to know like the info, how many mails that are present in that folder. So I will name it as this. the variable that I have created. So I kept it like this. Okay. But so this is for like getting one mail and only the count. So here we are taking the count of it. But what happened like if there is like numerous mails in that mailbox, like 10, 20. So how we get those mails? So for that we have another activities that is for each. So we'll use that to get iterated about like one by one, and we get to know like, yeah, these are the mails. But first I will just show you like how is it even giving the right mail count or not. So and on the activity we have already selected this only unread messages, so it need to be unread. So you can see it is unread one. So I suppose it will take the unread one. Let me just run it and I will show you step by step. Like, okay, so here we have to allow it, and then it will retrieve that mail count. Okay. Okay, so here you can see in the log that mail present in the folder, that is 1. Now we got to know like the mail that is in number 1. Now we will go with the for each that will think so. This is the one. So here by Outlook automation, we are here to achieve that body, that which is in this mail. This is the test file. We have to retrieve all the information from there, but first we need to download it from this mail. So we have another activity that is save attachments. You can see, so whatever attachment we have it in that mail, it could get downloaded, and in this attachment you can see we have items, so it got from here. And in this input we have to give like in which folder it get downloaded, like whichever attachment we are downloading, so which folder it get. So I have kept it somewhere, this test folder I have created, so I would directly give it right here. So here, if it came across any mail that have attachment, so it will directly download to that folder. So let me just to run it once. It is unread. Okay. Okay, we have to allow this. Okay, now you can see it already got successful. Now we have to check that folder, that is it downloaded or not. So I have kept it somewhere. Yeah, this is the one. So you can see like this one I have already downloaded before, like a test one. So this is the file that is got downloaded. I can see 1252, this one. Let me open it and show you like what information we are retrieving here. So you can see these are the serial numbers, these are the project details, and these are the details of the project. So here client want us to like take all this information and fill it in that Autodesk website that I will just show you like how that website looks like, so you get an idea. Okay, I have to log in. Just give me a second. Okay. So this is the website. Just give a couple of seconds to load. Okay, here we have to give our credentials. So I am giving my credential here. Yep. So here we landed to the home page, and the robot need to click on this create project tab, and then it have to enter all this information that we have in this. We are getting this from Outlook, this file with along with all the information alongside. Like if there's country, then we have to enter Belgium. As you can see here also. Um, for example, uh, one second. Like here is the project name, title. So we need to give this title there. The very first one is the project name. So we have to give that project name here. But how we are going to achieve that? So that's the main thing that robot have to do. So let me just cancel this. You get an idea about this. So my next workflow that is about launching this website manually. So let me just sign out this, and I will create another workflow. So here downloading file from Outlook and getting all the information done. Now start with the launching that website. So I will give a name like launching on Orderex. Yeah. So here I will go with the basic activities like how we launch any website. So there is activity in Uipath, that is open browser. And for the best practices, we have to keep always a log message to get to know like what we are doing. Well, let me just give here. A meaningful info, and as you can see in the open browser, we have to insert the URL, the website that we want to open. So I have kept it here. So I will directly give it. Okay, I gave it here. So it will open the browser, and then after opening the browser, it have to do the login credentials. So here we only need like you always witness like if we are logging in some website, then we got to know like there's two columns like email, and there is a password option as well. But here we have only email, and then we have to hit on next to get on the website homepage. So if we are witnessing that email and password thing, then we have a certain another activities. But here we have email, then we can directly go for the email one, the simple activities. So first we go with the element exist. This is the one I am putting because robot get to know like if this element happens to occur, like this sign in or this email, then it have to do this certain another step. So let me just show you. So I am taking this as an element exists. So in element exist, as you got to know, like we always kept our variable in a Boolean format. Like there is a dilemma of if or else. So let's keep it. Now I will name this as a email sign in. So after element exists is supposed to give a conditional one. Like if it element exists, then what we have to do, like what robot will do, and if it is not existing there, then what robot need to do. So here we give that variable, that Boolean variable, and then we'll go back, and as you can see here we have to enter our credential. Like here I have the mail of mine, so I have to enter here. So we have two activities again. One is type into and the another one is set text. So both
Both
activities are
activities are
like
like
very
very
um very
very
we
like
are
we
using it
are
very
using it very
frequently.
frequently.
But type
But
into
type into
is
is
more likely to
more
be
likely to
used.
be
But
used. But
I will show
I
you
will
by set
show you by
text.
set text.
There is also
That
an activity for more accurately. So I will. So this is the set text. As you can see here, again we have to element indicate the element to set the text. Okay, and here in the properties we have to give the text, like whatever we want to enter. So in my case I have my mail, so I will just type it right here. So it will take my mail and directly go forward with that. So I use this text, it's done. And then what our next step is to hit on this next, and then we are good to go with the home page. So then we again take a simple click. Okay, this is the element one. We will take this. Here again we have to show this next. So this is the UI. So we have to see the elements. Again, if we want to improve more of it, then we can go with the opening UI Explorer, and then we can make it more dynamic. So let me just show you by making it more dynamic. As you can see, we have inner text, we have AA name, we have CSS selector, and all of this. So we take this inner text. And whenever we are using the UI automation, then we have to validate it. And then for confirmation, we have to see, like, is it even showing that element or not? So in case it is showing, so I will save this right away. And yep. And now I will again add one of the log messages here. Like after if it complete till here, then it will just show us like this step is completed. So I will just write it like this. Launching or I can keep it in more standard format, and I can keep it like this. So it will show like more standard way to put our logs. So here we have done all of it, and in click we can keep this timer at click. And this is the most simplest way to open a browser. So let me just cancel all of it and then try to execute it like a step by step, so you people also got to know like is it working fine or not. Okay, let me just execute it. So in this workflow I have used very simple activities. So that got, so here it's supposed to set the name as an email. Element exist is going on. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. Okay. I have done one mistake here. Okay, so whenever we are using the open browser, we need to always check which browser type we are using. So here I haven't checked any of it. So it is not like uh, the steps. So let me just uh, keep this one, Chrome one. So it will only open it in Chrome, not in another web browser that is not supported. So let me again run it and then I will show you. So here it is launching and here it is entering my credentials and hitting on next. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, we successfully landed on the Autodex home page, and with the very simplest activities that we haven't used any like multiple activities to reach only launch the only one, not in the hard coded manner. So I will just uh variable that is file path. Okay, and you can see this is the file path. So I will quickly take the path and enter here. And here we can pass a variable that is file path. So the very first thing that we have to do, reading this file. So in this we have two things, like this sheet that is project creation details. So here we have all the details of the project. And then again we have another that is member details. So in this one, like after the project creation, we have another steps included that is member details. So let's first deal with this one and then I will move on with that. So I will go with the read branch activity. So as we are using the Excel application, so we'll use this one. And here we have to mention which sheet we are referring to. So we are referring to this sheet. So we'll rename this, and ranges it could be like we haven't like defined any of it, so we can keep as it is. and then we have the output. So whenever we have a read range, then we have an output that is in data type data table. So let me just create one. So it could be dt test file. So whenever you are creating a data table, then the naming convention should be like start from dt, or it could be more meaningful that you got to know, like, yeah, this variable is the data table. But so that is one of the best practices. And then, so here you can see in this file we have multiple rows and like columns, two columns, and rows we have multiples. So we have to use the for each activity again to read all of this data. But first, the problem is like this data, we need both of the details, like this detail and this details. So so we can like necessarily the right data should be fed on that project creation. So I'm just supposing like everybody have used the RE framework, the config file. There we use the config file as an key and value thing, where we got to know, like, we are keeping as in dictionary, where we take all the details. While giving this, we got this detail. So we are going to follow the same criteria here also, so we can get all the details by doing this. So for that one, we have to do one thing first. We have to change this file uh, variable to a dictionary one. So for that, I have to take a sign again, one assign. But in place of taking multiple assign, we can take a multiple assign activity. But let me just take another one. And here I will create a variable that could be like in set config. So I am creating this file as a config file. So I get to know all the details. So I will initialize this with the new dictionary. Okay. We just open the advanced editor. Of string. I am using a string because we have all the data that is in string. There is nothing other than a string. So I am taking both of it as in string, comma, string. Okay. Yeah, it is giving because this variable, it is in a string type. So I have to change this to, okay, it's already there in the dictionary one. So the error is gone. So now we have created like this, and now we have to take another for each activity to go through each. So this is the one. Okay. So here we have to put out the data table that we have created in this read range. So that is named as dt test file. Here it is, and going on. So here what we want to achieve. So first, whenever we are automating any Excel automation, then we have to be very clear with the logics, like what we want to achieve. So here my wholesome logic is like in this file, if my key value is country, then I got to achieve this information. This Belgium should be the answer. If I'm choosing this one, then it could be this Brussels. This is the value that I am getting. So for that, I have to keep one logic here. So I will use one assign activity, and I will first I will open this, and so this is the one dictionary variable that I have created, and then I will give current row Okay, it is not coming. Yeah. Or starting bracket. So current row. Then again in two quotes, I have to give this is the current row. So I have to give this project details there. So it would take this column, refer to this column, and then to give to string. Okay, it's the, and now I have to give the value here. So in value, I will give current row. So you have to simply define, like if this is the case, then this would be the value of ours. So I have to give this right away. Again, dot to string. Okay, what is the error? 1 second. I have kept it somewhere. Okay, got it. So here we are not closing this bracket. That's why it's giving us the error. Now the error is gone. Okay. So here we have applied the logic that if in project config, that is a dictionary variable, where the current row is project details, then it is always equal to the details of the project. Now we'll see one example, like if we are getting the exact record or not. So let me just take another assign. For example, let me create one variable. For example, I want to achieve this address one. So I will copy this and I will create a variable that is named as address. Okay. Now here we have the config, project config, bracket open, and we have to keep this address, then toString. Okay. So I would kept a message box to see am I getting the right record or not. So this is a tried one. Let's see. Me just open this, close this one, and okay, let me try running. Okay. Okay, so here we missed something. See, we have missed something that is not there in that file. So that's why it's giving that error. We again open and give a right R1. Oh, let's try this one. The current row. Let's see if this time it will work or not. Or otherwise, there should be error in the naming convention. Or we are using something wrong there. Okay, now you can see we are achieving this. I think there could be a case sensitive, because if we are giving any kind of information hard coded, then it should be like some extra space that is taken out. So that's why it give that kind of error. So as you can see, we are getting the information. Let me just stop it. Like the way we get this address, we can get all the information one by one, and then what we can do, we can keep them as an address, like as in variable, whatever data we need, as we need to do in the config file. So here we have created a project config, so we'll get all the information as in form of key and value, and then we already launched our Autodex. Then we again have to do steps, following the steps, and then we have to hit on create projects, and then again whatever data that we have extracted from that Excel file, we have to fill here on one by one. And that could be a whole UI automation that we need to be take care of all the best practices that we need to do. We have to differentiate like which activities is more accuratable, and which selectors that we are using, is it more accurate or not. So till here, do like any of you have any problem or any queries? So I can take it. So you can unmute yourself, and or you can put it in chat. Is there any? Yeah, please. Well, I am using Zoom for the very first time. Uh, okay, I got some messages. Okay, so shall I move forward with another workflow on the sequence? Okay. Okay, so another workflow would be um filling all the information right there. So I will start in this one only. Like we have already one sequence before, so we can continue with this one. Let me just minimize this. Okay, so after open browser, we need to take another sequence that is for project, entering all the details. So I would name this sequence like entering details. And again, we start with the log messages, so we get to know like what step we are in. You could be more informative. I'm just like giving it in a very short one. So then again, we need the element exist, as we are using the UI automation. So we need to be very certain. Okay, we'll try to capture this create project, and then create another Boolean variable, um, like create rule button. Okay, then after we'll write it down, and then we use a simple click that we have used, and indicate it again on the create project. Okay, I need to set some selector. Is it getting it right or not? So we'll make it more accurate by opening the UI Explorer. As you can see, we have a lot of things like create projects, CSS fun, but this is thing good. Click on save. Now it is saved. Okay, after hitting on create project, we have the another step and I will show. Okay. So here this pop-up will appear on the screen. So would have to be very accurate with all these fields. So we'll use, so here the create hit button is good to go. Again, we'll use some of the element exist to for example, I'm taking this to get to know like we are on you know uh, on that pop-up. So again, I would take another variable that could be create project button. And then here onwards, we are good to go with filling the informations that is there. So okay. So here we have like lot of activities in UiPath only that we can use by entering all this information. Like we have type into, we have set text, but I have discovered another activity like we used to be use in not in very frequent manners, but we can use it in this automation process to see like how it is working. So we can use anchor base this activity. So in this activity, it is majorly like we have to give one anchor container kind of thing, and then we have to drop the action. Like first it will go and find that anchor, and then it would do that action, whatever that is placed there. It will execute that. So let me, but here we can even change the positions also. Like for default it is in this way, but if you go in the properties panel, then we have like this top, we have bottom. Okay, but in our scenario it is more of the top. Okay, so here we are using the anchor base. So what I got to know, like if we set this project name as an anchor and this one as a second activity, so it would work fine, I guess so. So let's try it out if it is working or not. So we have another element that is named as find element. So in this activity, okay, so in this activity, we have to indicate on the screen, then it will find that element and then it would proceed with the next activity, whatever that is placed in this anchor base activity. So let me just indicate on the screen. So for me, I am indicating on the project name. Okay. And then I can use, but I can use fewer activities, but let's go for type into, that is more frequent. So I will use this type into. Okay, so in this also I have to indicate on screen. I am choosing this. Okay, and here we have to give the information whatever we wanted there. So let's give it as in hardcode manner for now. But when this process should be integrated, then we can use here we can put it as an variable. So we use that variables instead of hard coding manner. So that would be your best practice. Okay. And I would take one enter. So it's a hotkey. So after filling this information, it would hit on enter and then go on the next one. Okay. Let me just see all the selectors. Is it correct or not? Yes, it's opening. But one moment, guys. Okay, here we are. So we can take this inner text and validate this. And yeah, we are good to go. You can highlight and see. Yeah, it is taken. Okay. And same with the type into. And one more thing I have to say, like in type into, we have a lot of properties here, as you can see. So we can always check this click before typing. So if there is something, then it would clear all that, or click on that field before we are typing it. So that is also one. And this is the empty field, so it would do a clear field thing. So we have already the clear one, so I am not checking it on. Or let it be. Okay. And I have given that. Okay. Let's try it out. uh, I am running it through here only. So because we already have the launch one, so it would take more time if we go from the starting. So yeah, we will run it from here only to see if it is even taking all the right selectors or not. Okay, perfect. Like in the first glance, it is going on with that. Okay. So likewise, we'll do other steps as well. Like here we have to enter this. But going on, we have another problem, like we have drop down as well. So how we are going to manipulate this one and with the accurate selectors, and which activity should be needed to make it more reliable. Like the selectors are known to be like not so stable when it comes to automation. So how we make this more, and going on, we have this date picker also. So how will we make it more dynamic? Like you can see in the file as well, we have the date in this format. Is it going to take it or not? How will make it more dynamic and very reliable one? And and likewise, we have this currency thing also. And okay, here with template and also, yeah, we have to take it from down to up down. Um, okay. Mm, should I go forward, or we can stop the live session now? Like we have another one to show you. These are the more, but this take more time. So I think we can continue with this in the next session if everybody agrees. Yeah, we are using anchor base because it is more, more reliable if we are using like click, type into, and then again capturing all the elements. So it would be like more lot of activities there. So we are here to make it very less activities. So that could be a good way, you know. And that's why we are using the anchor base. Date, okay. Date one. Date one is here. That I will show you in the next session. If you guys are willing to join me next time, then I will show you like these all are the same like the one I have done the before one, like the first one, but these few here we have some another logic that need to be set in. So I think we can wrap up this meeting now and continue with our festivities. So that would be good. Uh, where's our host? Mhm. Yeah, select item from drop down. Okay, this is also one activities that we have, but it varies from another website to another UI automation that we are doing. So we can use this select item, but it's not being compatible with all of the UI automations. The one I am using, this one, it's not compatible with the select one. It always check the another and feed the wrong data. So that's why I'm not using the select item one. I am using different activities that I will show you the next time, I guess. Mhm. Okay. Uh, if one have questions, then they can ask. Other than coding and following the best practices, if you have anything regarding or you want to add to make it more uh reliable code, then you can suggest me. I'm happy to take suggestions. Yes, yes, yes. RE framework is used here with the queue approach because here I am showing you in a very sequential manner. But in next session, I will show you how we integrate it with RE framework and how we can achieve it with the queue. So queue will be more reliable, like taking it from the data table and all. So we can just keep it in a queue, in orchestrator queue, and then take it from there. So it would make our process end to end very smooth. So that would be also good. Yes, same. I will explain the exception handling according to the ARI framework that we used to do in another session only. Like we integrate all the sequences that I created today in ARI framework in all of the stages in init. We can keep the launch one, and in process we can keep all these creating projects there. And yeah,